Namaste everyone, welcome to my channel and let's dive deep into this collective reading. It may or may not resonate 100% with you. For personal sessions and for therapies, you can check out the description box. So what I'm being shown is that there is someone out here whose energy is very strong and intense right now. And you are basically learning a lot from your experiences so far. You have made a great practical discovery that it is your mind that is playing mind games with you. The mind cannot exist in the present moment, it stays in the past or the future. So, out here, I'm being shown that you have gone through a phase where you were mentally manipulated. People use some scheming against you, some cunning enemies, and probably you also went through some difficult situation in the past. Some situation that got you constantly overthinking, and all this overthinking, you don't like it. Obviously you don't like it, you don't want to be an overthinker, but there were certain traumatic situations or certain difficult situations, some challenges you went through where you felt that you were actually innocent, it was not your fault, but you got stuck into it unnecessarily. Or even if it was your fault, even if it was your mistake, you want to work on your mistake, you want to be a better person, but what's happening is that you are going through or you went through, maybe this phase is already open, and now the wisdom that you have, this collective reading is more tilted towards the wisdom that you have derived out of these negative experiences. So I'm just sharing these negative experiences, my whole focus is going to be on the message that has come through. So I'm being shown that yes, you did go through negative events and it put you into the state of fear and anxiety of high level. So much inner turmoil, deep-seated fears, some kind of secrets that haunted you. You wanted to release your worry. It could have been like a nightmare, the whole situation that happened with you, and you may have questioned why it happened to you. Somehow, with the help of someone, maybe one, maybe more than one, some people's guidance, and maybe God helped you. I think God, divine intervention has played a big part in getting you out of that situation, one or more, multiple situation. And now that you're out of those situations, you're not fully out of it, but now that you're out of those situations, you have realized that there is something constantly happening in your mind. It's probably mind chatter, most probably it's also negative mind chatter. It could be some imaginary conversations, not like you are imagining everything happening in real world, but it's like a thought hits you and then it takes you away from the present moment and you're either thinking about the past or the future. Or sometimes multiple thoughts are coming to your mind, you want to do this, you want to do that, you're not sure, there's some indecisiveness. But this indecisiveness or all of this clubbed with your heightened sense of awareness, which you have also developed, you're also very aware of what's happening to you. Most of the times you're very much aware. Your mind cannot exist in the present moment. It can only exist in the past or it can exist in the future. There is no anchor for the mind in the here and now. So this mind keeps giving the owner, the one who actually should be ruling the mind, lots and lots of thoughts which are related to the past and which are related to the future. Some thoughts are very pleasant and some thoughts are unpleasant. And the whole day the person is actually jumping from the pleasant to unpleasant, future to past. So these are the four basic areas where the mind is constantly taking you all the time. Now people who are in the limbo state, they don't have any idea about spiritual awakening. They don't know what they're doing actually, they're totally programmed. But a person who is spiritually awakened know that they cannot do a lot of things that people in the limbo state are doing. Some of the changes are very organic, some of the things that are happening to you are natural. You never really thought that you're going to become a person like this. Maybe 4 years back, 5 years back, you were a completely different person, and now you're just thinking like, what am I doing right now with my life, or what am I doing with myself? These are some negative thoughts that make you question what am I doing, but then there are also positive thoughts that make you feel that you're going in the right direction. Most of the times you feel like, yeah, I'm going in the right direction, but there are these moments which actually drain your energy. As of now, you cannot think of any outside person, any outside external party who is making you feel like this. It's something that's happening within you, something that you feel. But this spiritual awakening process, or this whole awareness that you have of your thoughts, it could be negative, it could be positive, but you have awareness of your thoughts. It is not allowing you to think in the same way you used to think before awakening or before all of this learning. Ascension journey has basically made you feel that one day you're feeling great, you're feeling good, or maybe half a day you're feeling good and great, but the rest half you're not. So one day you're great, one day you're not great. One day you're just marveling at how God makes things happen and possible, and the other day you could be just upset with God, fighting with God, arguing with God. What's happening? Why is this happening? It can even happen multiple times in the same day. For example, morning 8 a.m. you could be feeling that your life isn't going anywhere, but after an hour at 9 a.m. you suddenly are able to remind yourself that all of this negative talk is very draining and I don't want to get drained. You say that to yourself. So this wisdom comes to you in a flash, and just in 1 hour you make a U-turn and you start feeling relaxed all over again. Now, of course, there are people who cannot get this feeling in a flash. It takes time. Once a friend of mine and I were talking, and he said to me that mind is a bitch. And I told him that, come on, you can't compare mind with a bitch, because I love animals, and dogs, bitches, they are very loyal, very, very loyal. They're so loyal. Mind is not that loyal. So my friend laughed at it because he's also an animal lover and he's got 2 female dogs with him. So he said, yeah, you're right. Actually, mind is very disloyal. And we had this epiphany, this moment of profound epiphany, and we were just thinking about it. Whosoever I'm channeling has also come to this conclusion that the mind is extremely disloyal, and the mind is thinking about only its own existence, not the person with whom they should be showing their loyalty to you. The mind is not loyal to that person, to you, because mind is also thinking that if this person learns to tame me, to train me, they're going to put me to some work, or they're going to put me on sleep mode. I cannot operate after that, or I won't even exist after that. And mind doesn't want to do that. Ego is also very stubborn. Ego also wants to stay. Ego cannot stay. Mind cannot stay if a person is present. More present you become, the less activated your ego and mind is. Mind and ego are working together. But if you train the mind, then the same mind can actually do wonderful things for you. So what I'm being shown is that you have realized this, that the mind, your mind, is playing games with you. And you have realized that mind doesn't care how much stress and misery the owner has to go through. It simply wants to rule. While it's not even the job of the mind to rule. Mind is not doing its job. So, from 9 of Swords energy, you moved on to the energy of judgment. And this judgment has given you clarity and composure. This clarity and composure helps you to calmly evaluate all of your choices. When life changes, it changes because a person makes a very strong decision. And the perfect card actually dropped in here, the Emperor, 4 in the major arcana. The Emperor actually talks about logic over emotion and mind over heart. But here we are talking about mind not being able to rule. Because here the heart is actually making you over emotional. So yes, we need to have an expanded heart chakra, but when your mind gets trained, when you tame your mind, you can tell your mind to watch the emotion that goes out of proportion sometimes. So Emperor energy is very strong energy. It's positive energy. It's healed divine masculine energy. It's the wise person, it's the king, is the ruler, which gives you stability and focus that you need. Maybe you have a business, maybe you have a job, maybe you have something else, a mission, very important mission, but due to all of the negative emotions, due to all of the feelings that have hurt you, you constantly go back into trauma. Trauma is actually caused because you're not able to release the pain from a certain memory. It's a negative memory, but you're not able to detach yourself from it. You're not able to separate pain from the whole story. Once you separate the pain from the story, you'll realize only the story will remain, and the story will not have that much impact on you. It's just any other story which can happen to anyone. So you're not going to say, who did this to me? Why did they do this to me? You'll simply say, okay, this happened. This happened to me. Fine. It's just one of the things. It happens to a lot of people. This type of discernment comes from the emperor, because emperor has a strong inner authority. Emperor has a structure, the structure that you could be missing when the mind suddenly takes you in some crazy direction or wants you to just sit and brood over the past and the things that you cannot change. And because you're brooding too much over the past, the things that you cannot change, it's impacting your future, or it could be impacting your present also. You just want to be happy, you just want your life to be flowing in a simple way, in a normal way. You don't want any drama, but your mind puts these fears inside your thoughts, and then you start acting out of those fears. Basically, your emotions are, the negative emotions are making you do things. You're not doing those things. Your negative emotions are making you do those things, which you don't want to. You don't want to dance at the tunes of the negative emotions, because it's bringing in more negative emotions. You just want to get out of these problematic situations, or you want to be out of the same rigmaroles, the things that you genuinely don't want to waste your time and energy in. So whosoever's energy I'm picking on, not only you have activated the emperor energy, which is a really good space to be in, but this is also giving you a point of completion and accomplishment in your journey, like a certain level in your journey, because this is a really advanced stage to be in, where you can watch your mind like another person, and you can say that, okay, these are the things that my mind does on and off, and it's not healthy for me. So now there's no outside party, there's no external person, place, situation. You are straight away pointing to your mind that is trying to rule you, and you understand this mind comes from ego, and ego is a universal concept. So based on that, you are actually now applying it. You're very watchful of your words, the mental chatter, the mental words. You're very watchful of how your mind takes you into those imaginary situations, that assumed negative imaginary situations that have not even happened yet, or it's going to take you somewhere in some conversation which has no importance. As of now, it has no importance in the present moment. 10 of Pentacles is being shown to me as a positive sign over here. So whatever you're going to be doing now, whatever you're going to step into, it will become better from here if you apply it, if you practice it. You want to change anything in our life, try doing it for 21 days with consistency, and it actually brings people new habits. This can apply to bad habits also. You do something bad, something that's not healthy for 21 days, it can become a part of your life. But if you do something continuously, some good healthy habit, some way that you add value to your life, and you continuously do it with consistency, it will also become a part of your life. So that way we actually have so much liberty, we have free will. We can shift our energy by going within. We are not focusing on something outside, like law of attraction teaches you. Focus on what you want, focus on the person you want, focus on the thing you want, and then that is the state of desire, that is the state of like really low frequency energy, and that kind of drains our energy like a lot. But if we learn to focus on ourselves, if we learn to go within, and especially we focus on God, and we surrender to whatever God's will is, whatever God has decided for us, it's absolutely fine. When we accept that, we actually start feeling very healthy, because there's nothing to fight against. Everything is okay. The gratitude energy is a very high frequency energy, and when we have gratitude, we instantly start feeling joyful. And once joy comes to you in your life via practice, you'll realize that every day becomes full of surprises, and curiosity helps it even more. No matter what challenge comes into your life, you're able to go through it. And challenges is also not like God is just gonna send you so many challenges all the time. Especially when you have gone through a big challenge, like big challenge or multiple challenges, it's happening because a radical change or a radical shift is required. And if you know this, whosoever resonates with this, if you can figure this out, that's actually your mind that's playing a lot of tricks on you, you can shift so much. You can shift your energy truly. This is where I'm going to close this collective reading. I will see you in the next one. One love, peace out, and victory to Ram.